Resilience is a murky concept, and its definition has sparked debate within academic and policy circles. Some look at resilience as an adaptation strategy that aims at keeping political systems and governance arrangements intact, while others argue that resilience lies in the capacity of communities to react to the threat of violent extremism. According to these interpretations, resilience involves change. Reversely, alternative analyses look at resilience as a survival strategy that favors order and stability to absorb the negative effects of external and internal shocks. In Iraq, our research showed that different forms of resilience interact. On the one hand, the state puts tremendous effort into securing the stability of its elite and political structures. As such, while it's often described as weak, on the long term the Iraqi state is resilient to violent extremism. On the other hand, societies deploy adaptation and survival strategies when confronted to violent extremism. In opposition with the state, they constantly change physically, through displacement for instance, and cognitively, by becoming more or less open or religious, and so on and so forth. The question our findings in Iraq raise is the following: how do several forms of resilience interact? It seems that the resilience of the state or the political system undermines community resilience to violent extremism. This was already the case before 2003, when the only agent of resilience was the Iraqi state under the authoritarian leadership of Saddam Hussein. After the withdrawal of Kuwait and a revolutionary wave in the north and the south of the country in 1991, Hussein embarked on a state-sponsored faith campaign, in Arabic Hamla Imaniya, to regain state legitimacy, and he brandished Islam as the common ground of its enemies. While this policy helped Hussein stay in power and regain legitimacy, it also contributed to the emergence of a sectarian Salafist narrative, which was diffused in the society through mosques. The story repeated itself after Saddam Hussein was toppled in 2003. While Iraqis hoped that the new political order would address past grievances and foster community resilience to potential internal or external shocks, the state focused on establishing security and a new political system that politicized sectarianism and froze ethnic and confessional divisions. In this sense, the resilience of the Iraqi state became rooted in divisions and fragmentation, and the post-2003 policies only deepened the divide between the state and the society, and within the state and the society. This fragmentation, in return, prevented strong forms of resilience to emerge to face the rise of violent extremism between 2005 and 2007, and later between 2014 and 2017. In conclusion, resilience is not necessarily normatively good when a system favors a hierarchy over the interdependence of agents of resilience. Authoritarian government, nepotism, and the capture of the state by corrupted elites may prove to be resilient systems, which undermine community resilience. The fact that these systems often deprive communities from leadership in the form of social or political representation is another strong impediment to the capacity of communities to mobilize common belonging to resist violent extremism.